Hi guys, welcome back to GameHog's Top 5. So in honour of Dark Souls 3 being released this week, we've decided to count down our top 5 hardest Dark Souls bosses.
At number 5, it's Knight Artorias. Knight Artorias is one of the most ruthless Dark Souls bosses one can face, although technically he's DLC. All of his attacks involve hurtling himself and his gigantic compensating sword directly at your face, leaving only a split-second window to stop, drop, and roll yourself to safety. The only easy thing about this fight is that he doesn't have a lot of health. Everything else is controller-smashingly frustrating, especially the fact that there are no nearby bonfires to spawn from. Because Artorias is such an almighty bellend, it's definitely relieved some of the guilt from killing his dog. Number 4, Bed of Chaos. Bed of Chaos isn't necessarily the toughest boss in this entire game, but it's definitely one of the most tiresome. Bed of Chaos operates differently to most bosses, in that you have to destroy 2 shields either side of her before eventually attempting to get close, then hack your way through her pubic hair and eventually destroy a small cockroach thing that dies in a single hit. This doesn't sound hard in theory, but after the 47th time trying to avoid her devastating sweeping attacks to focus on a shield, you find yourself sweating and angry. On top of the pitiful way you kill the boss, this one definitely counts as one of the most frustrating and toughest bosses. Number 3, Black Dragon Kalameet. The Black Dragon Kalameet boss is a large, fire-breathing dragon, obviously, that takes an insane level of effort to kill, for some people. Kalameet has some insane damage levels and a lot of HP. With devastating swings of his tail and head and slams from his body, he can easily wipe you out in a hit or two. That's without using the aforementioned fire. It is possible to weaken the dragon with help from an NPC called Goth, which can help to an extent, but without that help you're definitely in for a good old-fashioned Dark Souls buggering. Number 2, Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. Gwyn, Lord of Cinder is the final boss in Dark Souls, and naturally one of the hardest. Unless you're bloody good at parrying or have a decent summon, this guy can definitely cause you a lot of problems. Gwyn is extremely relentless, seemingly having no obvious attack pattern and closing the gap between you in an instant if you try to heal. Considering his sword is on fucking fire, it's not hard to guess that it can wipe you out in a mere couple of hits. But if you can avoid his Blade Inferno, you can whittle down his little amount of health to nothing. Being such a brutal and unforgiving boss definitely puts him right near the top of our list. He would be number 1 if it weren't for these two. Number 1. Ornstein and Smaug. Lightning spear-wielding knight who's super fast? Fair. Fat gigantic executioner with gigantic hammer that packs a devastating hit? Fair. Both of them at the same time? Less fair. Ornstein and Smaug are a challenging boss duo in Dark Souls. One of the main features making them harder is upon defeating one of them, the other one will pick up their power, heal up, and start the fight again even stronger. Many Dark Souls veterans will whinge vehemently that they're an easy boss to beat. And that might be true if you get good, but on your first playthrough they're definitely the boss we wanted as our number 1. Well guys, we hope you enjoyed this top 5 list. If we didn't include the boss you struggled with, let us know in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe for more top 5 videos.